Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to my channel and thanks for joining me for another video. This is Marquita from At Home with Quita, and here I share tips on how to plan a balanced life. So if you're new here, I hope you'll consider subscribing. Okay, y'all, I'm back with the next part in my series on building a home management system. As you know, we are building this thing together. I've added a bunch more inserts to the shop, so I'm going to share with you how those inserts look, kind of how to use them, and I'm going to add them to my home book, which is what our home management collection is called. There's a ton of stuff, and then I'll do a quick little flip through so you guys can kind of see like what I have so far. But we have a long way to go because we're building it section by section. We've done 2 sections, and so we're going to be moving on to the next section in the next video. Okay, so let's go. Without further ado, first and foremost, if you've never seen it before, this is how it looks. You're going to build it, so it doesn't come already built. You'll choose your cover, you'll choose your inserts, you'll choose your discs, you'll choose every single piece of this so that you can build this custom for you and what works for your family. Okay, so this is our hardcover. We have multiple different designs in either hardcover or in lamination. Okay, so our hardcovers are gorgeous. They've got the embellishments here. This is classic size, by the way. It comes in all the sizes, and so you can choose which one works best for you. I feel like big letter size, which is a little bit bigger than this, classic size, which is what this is, and maybe half letter at A5 works really well. But in my opinion, classic and big is going to work the best for our home management binder, because this is supposed to be a system where your whole family can look at to see, you know, what's going on. This can actually take the place of your planner, your daily planner, because there is a section for that. So again, you build it however you want and you use it however you want. Okay, but it's supposed to be a system for your family to keep everybody on the same page. All right, so we've got the hardcover there, super duper gorgeous. I'm using our 2-inch discs, which by the way, we have them stocked in the shop now. They'll eventually be coming in other colors, but right now we just have them in the clear, transparent color. And I think everything just looks super duper gorgeous, okay? My first tab was the essentials. We went over that in a previous video. Within the essentials section, I have my vellum cover page, so that way I can see what's contained in this section. And I have a page marker so I can easily get to the page I want to get to. This comes in 2 different styles. It says home is where my habits have a habitat. I just really love that. And then the table of contents. Now our table of contents can be printed on vellum, cardstock, or our paper, the same paper that our inserts are printed on. And it comes already pre-filled in like this. And you get a blank one as well. So that way, if you don't want this, you don't want things to flow like I have it built, which works for me, then you can do a little custom situation. All right. Okay. So remember, we have the essentials done. You can add whatever you want to whatever sections. Just because I'm adding the specific inserts to where I'm adding them doesn't mean you have to. You can do what you will and what works for you. Okay, so we were working on the family section, which is the next section in the process. And so of course, same cover page. And then we have our page that tells about your family. You can add a photo here. It says, who are we, our mission, our core values, the whatever family established whatever year. All right. This is our cardstock on linen. Super beautiful, by the way. Again, I feel like this collection is just my favorite out of almost anything I've created, because it's At Home with Quita. This was always something that I wanted to create. I just know, again, there's a process. And then I just told myself, hey, just build it section by section. You don't have to go all in and build everything all at once, because that's going to take a long time. So just do what you can and share it with the people. So that's what I'm doing. Okay. So within this section, and again, everything is interchangeable, we have my overview. So this is about one person in your family. You put a photo here, name, date of birth, nickname, allergies, conditions, blood type, phone number, school or work. So wherever they work, wherever they go to school. And then you have a huge notes section here, and then more notes on the back hand side. So I've added that first. And then we also have this one. So let's say you don't want one individual page for each person in your family, you just want to put them all on one page. You can do that with this particular insert. So you've got 3 here, and then again, all of our inserts come in a set of 8 pages, 16 technically because it's double-sided. So you could do either or you can do both. All right, or you can use this for extended family. All right, up to you. So next up we have doctor's visits. So this would be where you would log all the visits for doctors. So whenever you go to the doctor, kids go to the doctor and all of that. Then we have a medical overview page. This I love. So that way, depending on that person, whoever that is in your family, you can track all the things with their medical history. And then we've got a daily routine. Again, this doesn't have to go here. I just feel like this is the best section for this particular insert. So I popped it in there, okay? So we're adding on to the family section, and let me show you what I got, okay? First and foremost, insurance overview. Now again, there are several different sections here that maybe you might feel like this works best for. I created it to go in the family section, but you do whatever works for you. So that's your insurance, policy number, all of the stuff goes here. And you have 3 different sections, front and back. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop this in. All of our inserts come with blank spine or polka dot spine. So this is our blank spine. And what I mean by that is that the spine doesn't have any design on it, okay? I opted for polka dot, which is our signature style for the vellum dividers, okay? So I pop that in there, super duper functional page. Everything is so clean. You can add stickers to this, you cannot. Everything is cohesive with the whole entire collection. So as you can see, one insert works very well with the next insert, okay? So we've got the insurance overview popped in. Y'all didn't know this about me, but we are house hunting. Now we don't know what's gonna happen. We are just kind of in the beginning stages of the process. We have started that. We haven't put our house on the market yet, but in honor of that, I thought I would create a house hunting checklist. So I actually have these in my half letter planner because that's the planner that I use most often, and I decided to pop them in there. But of course we have them in all sizes, and this works very well with the home management system also. You could put this in, again, the family section if you want, or you could put this in a different section. So I have this actually in my home care section. This is of course home maintenance, and I just felt like this worked the best in this section. So I'm gonna pop those in really quickly. So as you can see, this insert is amazing. This really helps you to hone in on the house hunting process. A lot of times I'll create inserts for me, and then of course I'll share it with you in hopes that it'll help you as well. So this one was like for me. Totally for me, okay? But it works within this system, all right? Especially, and this may be your first insert in your home management planner if you're new to home buying, or you want to kind of gift yourself with this sort of system for your new home. This can work if you live in an apartment as well. This would be a great gift for someone else who's buying a home. I just think this whole entire system is going to be such an amazing thing once I have it all built. It's looking so good, and I'm just so proud of the progress of it all, okay? So this house hunting checklist has it all. It has a place for the date, the address, the price, the total size. Let's see. Oh, I was gonna say, why do I have 2 sets of this? I didn't want to waste one. So I had to make a correction, but again, I was like, man, there's no sense for me to waste an insert. But I'm looking at it and I'm like, I made a mistake on this insert, but I didn't. So let me show you how it actually looks. So I had forgot to change this wording here, and I was like, dang it. But I went ahead and changed it. But again, I don't want to waste the pages that I had. So it actually says bedrooms, bathrooms, okay? What is the type? Single, double, apartment, townhouse, your first impressions, the features, location, the house itself, nearby amenities, a little spot for notes, and a place for you to rate the house. So I just thought this was so cool. And then on the backhand side, you've got a place for notes. So you can put more notes about that particular property. But isn't this just such a clean and minimal and beautiful insert? I'm gonna zoom you in so you can see, because I just feel like I need you to see what I'm talking about. And it's just so functional for the home buying process, to be able to kind of have a running list of all of the properties. You could even put a photo of the property if you wanted to. That way you can remember, because sometimes that is a little tricky trying to remember, okay, which house was that? So you could do that as well, and that may be helpful in the process also. but I just love how clean and minimal it is. I love how clean and minimal the whole entire collection is, but this is one of my favorite inserts that I decided to add, and I put it in my home care section. But again, you can put wherever you want and wherever is going to work for you. All right, so I have another insert that is kind of similar to that in terms of you putting it where you feel like it's going to work best for you, and that's the pet overview. Now, I did design it to go in the family section because your pets are your family. If they're anything like our household, our pets are our family, and so you can put it in your family section. But remember, there's also a whole section for pet care, so you can actually put this insert, which is where I have mine, in the pet care section, and either or could work. So again, vellum divider to section it off, and just so you could see what's in that section. And then you can pop it right on in here. Now, I'm not sure how many pets you have. Some of you have enough to fill all these pages in, because again, it comes with 8. We just have 2. We had 3, but one of our dogs recently died, Sophia, the small one. It was a whole situation, so we had to bury her. That was the thing. So anyways, we're not going to get into that because that can make me a little emotional. So on the front hand side, you have a place for the photo, name, date of birth, adopted on, species, gender, microchip, allergies, breed. Are they spayed, neutered? You have a little section for that. Place to put you as the emergency contact, and then all of the vaccination information, a little note section at the bottom. And then on the left hand side, you have a pet care log. So you have the category, the date, whether it's grooming or vet appointment or anything like that, you can put that on this side along with the date, description, and notes. So this is an all-in-one pet overview and pet care log, so you can keep track of all things for your fur baby. All right, so again, you can put that in the pet care section, or you could put that in your family section, whatever works best for your family. All right, so next up, we have 2 more to go. These are just hot off the press. I just created these literally today. First and foremost is a milestone tracker. So it doesn't matter what age your child is, you want to keep up with milestones for that child or for yourself. That's what this insert is designed for. So whatever the specific milestone is, the date and the age of the milestone, and then you can write a little more about that particular milestone or whatever you'd like. Same thing on the backhand side. So you can pop this in the family section. And what you can do is, which I think may be a good idea, is you can take one of these. Okay, you can take one of these family overview pages or my overview pages. Okay, follow me, hear me out. Take one of these pages, put it in front of one of these pages for that particular child, their daily routine, and then put it in front of one of these pages, so you can loop them together in one of these pages. So it would be a few pages per child or per person. So that way you don't have it sectioned off like, just a clump of inserts. You have this on top, and then you have all of that for that particular person in back of that. And then you can pop one of these in there as well. Do you, of course. You can also add some additional tabs here for each individual person. So let's say you want some top tabs, which we do have, which I may add eventually. We have the side tabs, and then we have the top tabs. So if you want to indicate each person so you can easily get to them instead of just having it separated just by the insert, you want a little more, then you can add that and pop that in. So that way you have the top tab, and then you have your side tab for that section. And so that'll give you a little bit more organization. Okay, last insert, which is another favorite. I created this also brand new, fresh off the press today, and I'm obsessed with it. But it's a while you were away insert. So I was initially going to call this the babysitter notes, but I feel like this is just for when you're away. Yes, this is probably something you're going to give to the babysitter, or you're going to give access to the babysitter, so that way she can have all the information about your family. But I didn't want to call it babysitter tracker. I just felt like while we're away just looked better and it felt better. Okay, so you have a place for your address, for your phone number. You have a slot for multiple people, just in case that person needs to contact. Secondary, they can't get a hold of you, their relation. So you put the relation to you and the phone number. You have nearby neighbors, so you'd put the name, address, and phone number. You have a where are you, when you're going to return, the kids list, Now, you may have more than this, but hey, that's all I gave you, okay? I feel like people aren't having that many kids these days. So there's that. You have a place for Wi-Fi, your network and password, the kids' routine with the time and activity, allergies here, and a little notes section, all right? On the back-hand side, you just have a double notes list. So that way you could put a little bit more notes if you need to extend any particular section within here. So I'm gonna add this to my family section as well. And this is all the babysitter would need. You could probably just pull this out and put it on the counter. I just think that is such an amazing insert for that reason. So that way that person has everything that they need to know about your family. On one page, there's no questions, there's no guesswork. You could actually also just open it to this page, leave it on the counter. So that way, again, they have access to this page and there's no question about anything. It's all contained here on the while we're away. Boom. Okay, so you see how that works and how beautiful all of this is in terms of the design of it. And so I'm really, really excited about getting this really built out. I feel like we are making a lot of progress. So we're done with the family section. Now, I want you guys also to comment below and let me know, is there a particular insert that you want me to create? I love hearing from you guys in terms of what your thoughts are. So I need your help. What do you want to see? You know, I'll create whatever you guys think is going to work for you to where you can have a binder that's going to work for you. So drop a comment below and let me know if you want me to add something in particular. It may already be on the list of things I'm going to add. It may not be. So give me your ideas so that way you can have everything you need all in one place. Again, you can use this as your main planner because we're going to be moving on to the calendar section. So you're going to have a calendar in this planner, which means that this is all you need. Just one system just like this is going to give you your calendar, is going to give you all of your important information, your tasks, your routines, everything is going to be in here. And so we do have that routine section. So you technically could pull this out and put it in your routine section, which is what I may do. So again, this whole thing is interchangeable. You put what you want, where you want to put it. I'm just giving you an example and an idea of how it could look and how I'm building mine. That's going to work for my family. Eventually, I am going to come back and I'm going to start to use this, show you how I would write it in, maybe do some plan with me's. I'm also going to show you on the front end because I still have a lot of work to customize this for myself. So I've got to come in and do all of my family overview pages. I've got to come in and do my established pages and all of this stuff. I'm just kind of trying to get some things built out first. And then I'll come back and I'll write in some of these pages so you can kind of see how it would look with words on the page. Okay. But again, for now, we're just kind of doing some preliminary stuff and just, you know, designing away and giving you guys what you want to see. And then we'll do more work, you know, once things start to come to, you know, fruition. Once things just start to look clear and I have a better picture of this whole thing and how this is going to work for me. Okay. So aren't y'all excited? I'm super excited about this whole journey. And so I want to do weekly videos every single Tuesday. I know I missed a couple of Tuesdays and y'all have been checking me in the comments. Y'all are like, sis, when's the next video? That's today. Okay. The calendar video or system is going to be very simple in my opinion. We'll see what else we'll add to the calendar, but I'm thinking what it's going to be is just your favorite layout. Okay. We have a ton of layouts already in the shop, so there's really no real reason for me to create a custom layout just for this system. We have like 18 layouts, so all you're literally going to do is just choose the layout that you like most for a home management system, unless this is going to be your planner, which I recommend because this is eventually going to be mine. Then you know, you'll just pick whatever you feel like is going to work either for it as a home management system or just in general as your planner, and you'll just pop it in and you can do 1 month. Again, you have 2-inch discs, so you have a lot of breathing room. As you can see, if I close it up, I've got a lot of space, although I've added a lot already too. As you can see, I feel like I have enough of space on the discs here to be able to just, you know, expand as needed. And you also don't have to add all 8 of the inserts. You may just want to pop in 1 and then put the rest on discs somewhere to store it for later, you just put in here what you need. Okay, so that will lessen the bulk as well. So we've got our essentials section done. We have our family section done. Again, I might come back and do some top tabs for each person in my family. We've got the family section is done. These are all of the inserts besides the ones that I decided to put somewhere else. So we're moving on to the calendar section. I'll have this popped in this particular section so that way I'll be able to easily get to those inserts that I'll be using. Okay, and then we'll be moving into the tasks and routines, which I went ahead and popped in these inserts, which I've designed some time ago for tracking routines for each individual person in your family. You may not need all of this stuff, or you may need all of this stuff. It's up to you with what you need. Okay, I'm just designing it all for the people, and you can choose what you feel like is going to work best for your family. All right, then we'll be moving into the meal planning section, which is going to be one of my favorites. Any insert that we already have in Fancy Plans Code can work for this system too. So you'll see back here, I went ahead and added some inserts in the health section that I felt like would work well, which is the medication tracker inserts, which kind of look very similar to the design of how I'm designing everything. So I said, let me just go ahead and pop those in to see how they would work. So I think these will work just fine. So you may see some other inserts in our shop that you feel like would work well with the home management system. All of our inserts are pretty much designed very similar and very cohesive to each other, so they should all work well together. All right, then we're going to be moving into cleaning, then budgeting. Then we'll be moving into home care, auto care, which in home care, remember I added the house hunting checklist. Then we'll move into kids, travel, health, gardening, which I'm excited about, pet care, which remember I added those pet overview inserts to. We'll see how much more is going to be added to that section. An emergency section, goals, and that's it, unless I decide to use these extra dividers for something else. But that's what comes within this whole home management set in terms of the divider sections. Okay, I also added this one. This is the other design I told you guys about. So you can have multiple of these to get quickly to different sections that you know you use often. Okay, but you see how beautiful all of the designs, how clean the font is, how clean the pages are. This is going to be so awesome, and I can't wait to look back, 6 months from now or however long it takes me to build this, and the whole entire system is done. Okay, so you guys, we are moving right along with the home book. And I am not mad at it. The aesthetics are aestheticing, if that's a word. It's not, but today it is. So that's the backhand side as well. And I added my pen with my pen loop, so that way I have access to my pen within this system as well. All right, you guys, so that is it for the next video in this series on the home book. Stay tuned for more to come. Again, we're going to try to do them every single Tuesday, and we're just building this thing out. Again, let me know what inserts you want to see. They may already be on the list. They may not be on the list. And I'll start to come back and eventually write in some of these things, whether it be once I have the whole entire system built or in the next video. You never know what I might do. I decide things on the fly. Sometimes I'm not prepared with what I want to do. I just got to do things. I fly by the seat of my own pants, okay? But you could see how this could work so well for your family, just to sit it on a table. It's aesthetically pleasing, so even if you leave it out, it still looks amazing. So even if you leave it out, it still looks amazing. Can you envision this on your counter or on some sort of coffee table in the living room? This would totally be a conversation piece, okay? They'd be like, where did you get that from? You'd probably have people looking through it though. So I don't know, choose wisely in terms of the location where you put it, but I guarantee you this will definitely be a statement piece that people will ask questions about, okay? And a functional piece too for, whether it's your babysitter, your family, just keeping everybody connected and everybody on the same page. You have a hub where everybody can come look to see exactly what's going on with your family, okay? So that's it for this video, you guys. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate you joining me for today's video. Hopefully you loved it so much so that you will give me a thumbs up on this video. You will consider subscribing to my channel if you're new here. And of course, I would love it if you came back to join me for another video, in which case I'll see you then.